Hi everyone, here's a picture starting to do some maintenance on one of our wire EDM machines. And what we have to do periodically is change what we call the contacts and clean up some other things. Over here, these two items are the upper and lower contacts. They're like a tungsten carbide or pure tungsten contact that helps get the electric to the wire. And they get dirty, but they get grooves in them. As you can maybe see the groove in this one. And when they get a groove, they need to be rotated to a new surface. And you see there's some parts here, some different wrenches. There's some parts here I'm going to take off. Other parts and nuts and bolts and all this sort of stuff. And you know, they just kind of get laid around like this or on a bench. And I want to try to organize this a little better, kind of think of maybe like a service tray, come on in, got the tools I need, the wrenches and stuff, and I place all these things in different little compartments where they belong or whatever, and then I got all my parts in one place and none of the parts fall into the machine and go looking for them and stuff like that. So we'll see if I can figure out some of this in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully I'll have a nice video for you. Okay, I went looking for something and I happened to find this tray that wasn't really being well utilized, so I took the crap out of it and thought I'd see if this works well for my maintenance of our wire EDM machines. So basically I've labeled each compartment with what goes in there, and I've stuck the items in there. I've also put the 3 wrenches I need in here, labeled them. I don't think the magnet's going to work out. I'm going to have to do something a little different, probably a little Kaizen foam type thing or something. But I'm going to go clean these on up and see how it all works out. Okay, so we're back at the machine now. And now I've cleaned all these parts, and you can see that there's like a half dozen parts in here. About a half dozen in here with screws and a couple things, 4 bolts, a couple things there, about a half dozen parts in here. And I found out I also needed a 2.5 millimeter wrench, and these wrenches aren't doing so good here, so they kind of end up like that sometimes. So I'm going to have to improve that. But one thing that was improved was I took this whole tray back to where I clean these at the sink, instead of taking one thing at a time and coming back out to a bench and taking it apart and so on and so forth. So that's going to be pretty cool. I also I don't do this a lot at the shop since I'm the only one working here and I know how to do things. I don't use Gamma Docs a lot, but I think I'm going to use Gamma Docs because there was a couple orders of the way I did things that could have been a little better, such as this one part here I clean up a little bit and then I put it in an ultrasonic cleaner, and well, I didn't clean that up right away, so we're kind of waiting for that. So that's where we are with this. We'll put this thing back together and talk about anything else we find. Okay, so we got this all put together. Everything went fairly well. I got a list for next time. Got a little wet here. Next time, fix the hex wrenches. I want to decide on an X, Y, and Z location for the machine while I do this maintenance. I'll save a point and I'll have the machine just go right to that location. And I'd also like to find a location for this, where I decide this should go. And of course, I'd like to Gamma Dock it. While doing this, I saw that there was this little nub from the plastic injection molding. I was like, oh, you know what, I should probably take that off, because I was like, here, like this was rocking all over the place, you see. But then I kind of just rolled it around like, hey, kind of helps keep it in that spot. So if I happen to hit it, maybe it won't go anywhere. If I give it a little light tap, it ain't going anywhere. So I might just leave that on there. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.